Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and we are working on the 1 Corinthians journal today. We've got our things cut out, and so now I'm getting ready to glue my cards, the fronts to the backs on these, I think will be the first thing I do. And they're different sizes, so be sure you get the right ones lined up. I did that because to be able to get 8 cards on a page, I had to make some narrow ones. So be sure you line these up with the size card that matches it. Let's see if I can figure that out. So those line up, and those line up. Is everybody having a good day today, doing some crafting or watching videos? Those line up. Let's see. I'm going to end up with my scriptures back to back if I'm not careful. All right. So all we have to do is glue those together. And like I mentioned on that last short video, if you want to make, instead of making 8, cards that line up and glue together, you can always turn it into 16 by decorating the backs of the scriptures with whatever you have laying around in your junk pile, and then using the other ones to write scriptures on and doubling the outcome. So however you want to do it. For the sake of getting these videos out to you and done, I'm doing it this way. And I'm using my pH neutral PVA glue, which lets me kind of move stuff around. It slides around. It's basically Elmer's glue, only it doesn't have the acid in it. So it's archival. It won't eat up your paper over time. And I'm going to trim the black lines off of these. You guys, I am trying my best to get those black lines down on these things, and I forget sometimes, and I apologize. I know that's a pain when you have to trim them. I'm trying to use a gray line whenever possible and a thinner line, but sometimes if you're wondering why this keeps occurring, it's because I reuse templates, and I'll pull up a template and forget to change the lines, and that's what happens. So I apologize for that. Slowly but surely I will hopefully get that out of the lineup. But I know that if you go back into the store and buy things from me from, you know, the past, they are out there, and I know, I'm sorry. When we worked on this corporately, we had a certain standard we had to use, and I kind of had that in my head when I started, and I just kept on with it until somebody called me out on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that thinner and lighter, but sometimes it still happens. So what is everybody studying right now? Are you reading your Bible through this year? Doing the Bible recap? What are you doing? I did the Bible recap last year. As you know, we did it on the Facebook group. This year I'm back to using a Bible reading program from an old church I went to a long time ago that lets you read a little bit of New Testament, a little bit of Old Testament, and a little bit of Proverbs and Psalms each day. And for me, that makes it easier because sometimes in those Old Testament books, it gets a little tedious when you're reading it straight through. That's just my opinion. And like when I get in Job, I need more than just some Job, I think, to get me through. So it works better for me to break it up. So everybody got baby wipes there handy for when you need them, wiping that excess glue and so on and so forth. Okay, so we've got those glued, and I do think I'm going to ink them. I'm going to use the Abandoned Coral Tim Holtz Distress Ink. And I'm going to stencil the backs of these too. Okay, so those are done. Put those in my growing stack of ephemera, and I'm going to pull out the 3 signatures. And I'm going to stencil these, I think, real quick. I've got a stencil. I'm going to use carved pumpkin, which is a bright orange. And I use that with the coral on this, I think. So okay, and then this one. And you know, these are just those circles we cut out with the verses on them. So you can do a lot of different things on the backs. You can use jelly plate printing would be pretty, and I've done that sometimes. Let's see. So I just want to have something on the backs of those, and then I'm going to do the edges. I think I want the coral for those. Okay, so there we go. Put those in the collection, and let's see. Oh, and this one needs to be stenciled too, and I'm going to use the polka dot stencil on that one if I can get it to line up. This one has a little bit of background color on it. And you might end up gluing this in and not needing it to be stenciled on the back, but I figure it's better safe than sorry. I can always glue it in and won't make any difference. And then the tickets, which of course all you have to do is fold them, and you could use the scoring board if you wanted to. I'm just going to go ahead and do it by hand. Kind of line those half circles up and fold them. So you've got your tickets that you can tuck in. And then we have these little ones that they need stenciling. And I'm not going to do that side. I like the white edge, but on the back, so there's those 2 pieces of ephemera. So now, and then of course we have our pockets, which you could also ink the edges. I haven't decided. Do I want to ink them? I can do those off camera because that's just kind of tedious. You don't need to watch me do that. So I will do those off camera. So now we're going to do the slide, the pressed flower card. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these apart, and then we're going to cut the window out. And to do that, you can do it 2 ways. If you have an X-Acto knife, you can just cut it out like that. If you don't, just, you know, the old poke a hole and cut it out. Let me get my little scissors. These are Tim Holtz scissors for fussy cutting. I don't use them that often. Really kind of like to use regular scissors, but on this one I'm going to do this. And then this one I'll use an X-Acto knife and cut it out that way. Be sure you have a sharp knife if you use an X-Acto knife. It's the dull blades that will cut you because you press harder, and then when you slip, it can really get you. So be sure your blade's sharp. And I'm using this little cutting board that I got at the Dollar Tree store a while back. I'm assuming they still have them. I use it a lot. And then when you use an X-Acto knife, it kind of gives you a nice shape. If you want to use that for something, you could write a verse on the back and use that. So that's another thing about using an X-Acto knife. Okay, so these are going to go back to back, and you're going to need either a pressed flower, or you can also use a die cut flower or a butterfly or something. And I think I'll do that just for the sake of time. You're also going to want acetate of some sort. And I'm just going to use this acetate sleeve that I got off of something that I bought. And I'm going to cut, and I've got glue or something on it there. So I'm going to make sure I have a clean piece, and I'm going to cut a window, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it bigger this way. And then I can always trim it off, but I want it to be about that wide. So you want to make sure you cut it at least big enough, because you can, if it goes over the edge, you can cut it off. But if you go too short, it won't work. So like that. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1 or however you want to call it, and glue this in. Just a really thin bead of Fabri-Tac. And then glue this down. So of course that just glues that back side, but that leaves this side open. So we're going to let me get my die cut butterfly or something here. This also is from Dollar Tree. It was a package of butterfly die cuts. Let me see if I have 2 small ones that will fit. Yeah, those will fit. Okay, so I'm going to, first of all, glue those back to back. And I'm just going to use regular glue on that. Good grief. Yeah, not that much glue. You just need a tiny bit of glue to glue those together. So you have one on each side when you flip it over. And then we're going to slip that in, and I think I'm going to put just a dot of Fabri-Tac on there, or 3-in-1. Just, it'll dry clear, but it'll hold it in place so that it doesn't fall down. And then I'm going to put that in there. Try to get it centered if I can. Sort of. And then I'm going to take this side, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of Fabri-Tac down here to hold that pocket to itself. Since that butterfly's glued in there, it's not going to fall out. And then I'll put some regular glue on this paper to paper area, and then just line it up. As best you can. And you've got your, either your dried flower or your die cut butterfly or whatever you decided to put in there. And then you can trim off, if you have any excess white areas on the sides where maybe you didn't get it lined up exactly right, you can ink it, which tends to disguise that, or you can trim it. So however way you want to do it. And actually, I think I might want to trim that one. So one edge off, and then ink it too if you want, like that. So there's your little slide, and you can see I've got a little bit of acetate sticking out there, so I'll just trim that off like that. Okay, so that goes in the ephemera, and we're done. I'm going to stop the video today and go on. We'll pick up on the next video with other things we have left to make. But thanks for watching. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.